Hi guys, welcome back to AZ220 Microsoft Azure IoT Developer Labs. We're going to cover Lab 10 for this particular video. So Lab 10 focuses on exploring and analyzing the timestamped data with time series inside. So before we start, let's get our lab guide, and you can get the URL from the description of this video, or you can go to GitHub as I mentioned in the initial video, and make sure your portal is readily available. You have opened the portal AZ220 and it's free, as well as don't forget the resource group details, like the unique ID, hub, scope, and so on. So have this tree up and open, as well as make sure your visual code is also open. So I'm going to close the Power BI, which was used for the previous labs. So you can actually read the scenario on your own. And in this particular lab, as the title defines, we're going to create a Azure time series inside, connect it to IoT Hub, and then we're going to view the series in the Explorer. So for that, we need several details here. It looks like we'll be creating few device IDs, such as listed here. Okay, and let's move without further delay to the Azure Cloud Shell. So if your shell is not open, then you can always click the Cloud Shell icon beside the search button and let it load. So your dashboard will look similar to mine, except for perhaps you may not see Gmail, but maybe Outlook or any other API connection to read your email. So this was because of lab, and I'm going to expand this so that we can have the complete view. So I'm going to save it. I'm going to expand, so I don't have to click on view every time. So this is something that you can do to your dashboard at every point of time. Okay, so let's save it, and my cloud shell is still not opened. Save. Save. And this is probably due to my internet speed, so it's taking some time to save. So let me reload, and just give me a few seconds, and let's reload. Okay, you got it. So yeah, I wanted to modify this, but then I guess okay, let's just modify it a little bit. I'm going to move a little bit on my dashboard. I'm going to move my dashboard a little bit. I'm going to make it slightly bigger, move it up, and bring it up, bring it closer, and I'm going to save it. So you see the event grid that we created is also there. So you can see a complete resources list now. So let's open the shell terminal, Azure Shell terminal. Alright guys, I am going to skip several steps because as you know, this is something that's repeating from the previous lab. So alright, so I'm not going to list the application now. I'm just going to upload. You click this button and you upload it. Okay, and then navigate to your lab 10 document. So all files lab 10, and then setup, we click on this, we click open, and then once the document is already uploaded, you will receive a notification like this. I'm going to close this, and then I'm going to paste this command over here. Alright, and then I'm going to check. Now I'm going to create a list to see what's inside it. Yes, so good, great. And what we're going to do is we're going to change the permission. We're going to paste a new command line, and then we're going to go here to the open editor. Going to navigate to the lab 10. Alright, lab 10, and I'm going to select here. Remember this, I'm going to state this as my user ID. If you don't remember it, you can always go back to your reference document and copy. So this is the location and this is your ID. So here we go. We click this button, save, and we close the editor. And then we're going to execute the file. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste and enter. So it's going to execute. So you see it has created these sensors in the system, meaning to say it has created those device containers in our Azure portal. So yes, and then a few minutes to run. Make sure we copy all the device IDs. Alright, so we copy all the strings. Let's start with host name, okay? Let's copy it. Alright, copy the whole line item until up here. Oops, sorry. Copy it until here. And let's paste into our. So we have 1, we have 2, and we have 3 host name. So yep, save it. Alright, and we move to exercise 2. Okay, in this case, what are they asking? We shall close this. We are already in the dashboard. Okay, so but they are asking us to create a resource. If you are not, you're already in the dashboard, you can't see the new resource, you can always type up here. So what we are searching is time series inside. So what we're looking at is time series inside. We see inside inside. Let's copy and paste it here. Okay. So you see several things in the search. So what we are creating is time series environment. Okay. So let's click on that. And then we're going to enter this name here. Let it load. Okay. So we're going to click this. If you don't see this because you already have some time series done before, always you can click on the add button. So in my case, I'm just clicking on it. So this usually appears only on the first time. Alright, we are here, environment name. We paste this as the environment name. Make sure to choose the right resource group. Free trial, Southeast Asia. And then we are choosing Gen 1 as I. The capacity by default is already 1. Okay. At the bottom of the plate, okay, we are telling next event source. Here what we are doing is make sure that we create an event source is set to yes. Okay, and here source type is IoT Hub. Make sure you choose your IoT Hub. Okay, it's yes. In the name field, alright, I'm putting KV. Alright, you're gonna paste that over there. Right, and then we have the hub. Right, select a hub subscription, your hub training policy. We are choosing our IoT hub. So consumer group, we are choosing new, and we are putting this name here, and we're gonna say add. Right, under timestamp property name, we're gonna leave it empty. We're gonna review and create it. So do we have everything as one? So alright. So everything is fine. Alright. Then we're going to click on it's validating. Okay. Once it has validated, review and create. Alright. So it's submitting, it's creating. So we are looking at the deployment is taking place. Let's go back to the dashboard, and if you don't see TSI in your resource group, we're just going to refresh it. Do we see now? Yes, we do. Here you go. Okay, so click on that. So under this, they are saying under the event source. Where can we see? This is the event source. Click on that. We're going to see IoT Azure training. Yes, it is there. So we complete exercise 2 and we have done it successfully. So now we're going to open the Visual Studio. So this is the previous lab. We're going to open the lab 10. So I am going to open lab 10 here, starter container simulation. Okay. Right. So we have it ready with us. So let me just view terminal. Is there anything running? No. Right, I'm going to click on the container simulation. And then what are they saying? Okay, locate this variable. Okay, and then I'm going to open this. So do we see here? strings. So what we're going to do is, remember these strings? We're going to cut, paste the truck over here. What I meant by truck, look at the sensor ID truck. Okay, and the next one is sensor ID plane. So I'm going to cut that and I am going to paste it here. Make sure it is within the code. Okay, do not remove the code. You really need to paste the URL within the code. Okay, so I'm going to paste it here and file, I'm going to save. Okay, so I can also say save. Alright, so view, we have already viewed the terminal. So I'm going to say .NET run. And let's see if we are getting similar message or similar output from this terminal. It may take some time. Okay, alright, great. We are seeing the similar result. So what we are saying is leave it to run. We minimize this and then, so after it has been running on 30 seconds, so let's leave it to run, and after 30 seconds, oh, do you see this here? So it is working. Okay, so let it run. We move on to exercise. Did they ask us to exit? Not yet, so never mind, let it run and we will go to exercise 4. We are at the dashboard. We click on the resource TSI AZ220. Alright. Okay, connection error. Sorry, I think I am going through some connection error. Just give me 10 seconds and let me just rectify that. Alright, let me refresh and we should be good to go because we are almost finishing it. Okay, let me refresh again. We should be good to go. Okay, it is loading. Just give me a few seconds. The good thing is we do not need to restart, but it's going to load this to the page where we have stopped just now. Okay, so alright, I'm so sorry about that. Okay, we are back. Right, let's click on the TSI. On the overview, this will open the whole TSI series. So where we are going to go now is we are going to ensure that the analyze is selected. So let's look at it again at the top of overview. Okay. Click and go to TSI Explorer. So where is the TSI Explorer? Can you see here? Let's click on that. Okay, let the TSI Explorer open. So once it is opened, only then we will know how it looks like. Each lab roughly is taking about 30 minutes, and that is also depending on your internet speed and your ability to uh, progress to the next step, because there are some areas where I had errors and I needed, for example, like the disconnection, and you look at it, it is loading. So alright, let's sign in. It's requiring us to sign in, and yep, it is loading. And it is the time it takes to load depends on your internet speed. Okay, so I'm going to close this. Alright, so right, let's see what's on the left menu. So at the left menu, do we see anything on analyze? Yes, it is analyze. Analyze has been selected. Okay, then we're going to add new query. So query number 1, we are going to select as temperature and split by IoT connection device ID. Okay, so it's auto refresh, else we can click on auto refresh. Click on auto refresh. It will refresh automatically. So wow, we can see some readings here. Right, do we notice that the graph has temperature, all the other queries? Okay, left graph here, you can see the device ID. So you can hover and you can see the particular line items. Right, you can see it's highlighting only that particular line item. Okay, so we notice the spike in the temperature here under the 0001 for the truck. So yeah, alright, now we're going to add second query. Okay, add new query. Alright, so here we're going to choose split by IoT Hub humidity. Okay, and also connection ID. So let's see, position mouse on one of the graph. Okay, it is showing where the graph is, and you can see the max and min value. Yep, on the vertical axis, this is the vertical axis. So you see the interval is 15 seconds. So once we have completely explored the graph, then make sure that the simulation here, you press Ctrl C to stop. So here you will not see any further reports. So with that completes our lab 10, and see see you in the next lab. Tata and bye bye. Don't forget to subscribe.